Now as I start to kind of wind the quick start down, I just want to show you just a little hint at what Nerdville looks like with these virtual machines. Now the Sun VirtualBox gives you this particular graphical user interface to manage your machines. They also have a web-based user interface that we won't go into here. And they also have a command prompt user interface. Now it's called VBox Manage, and I want to show you how to use that. What I'll need to do is go to where the installation files are for VirtualBox, and they're going to be out on my C drive in the Programs folder, Program Files, and then if I come all the way down and find Sun, and then go into VirtualBox. Now there's a trick I can do in Vista and Windows 7 and various operating systems of Microsoft's. Hold down the Shift key, right click and say Open Command Window here, and notice it will put the operating system path here. And then if I just type VBox Manage and my / and question mark, and let me pull this down so you can see it. Notice how much stuff you can do. Notice you can modify your virtual machine. You can change the name, the OS type, the memory size, and so forth. So those of you who are nerds and you're into scripting and writing things in batch files and so forth, you can do that. And notice all the things you can change. And I won't even go into all this. But notice you can do imports and exports. The one that you will see quite a bit that people need to use is right here, Clone HD. When I have a VDI file out there that I'm using as a virtual hard disk for a virtual machine in VirtualBox, I can't just copy it with the operating system because it has to have a unique identifier to run correctly. Okay, just trust me on that. Now, if I want to make a copy of this particular, let me pull it up here, of this particular virtual hard disk, this XP ISO VDI, I'm going to have to do it with the clone hard drive functionality at the command prompt. And so I'm going to have to get to a command prompt where that particular virtual hard disk file is, and I'm going to have to execute the VBox Manage Clone HD command, and then I can just put the name of the file name that I want to clone and then the output file name. Now this involves a fair amount of DOS skills. If you're a nerd and you do this all the time, it's like, it's a piece of cake. But if you're the kind of person who doesn't really do this for a living and work in this, it can be kind of tough. And so what I have done for you is I've included a tool that I found out on the internet, and you can go search for it, but I want to show it to you right quick. And let me just go find it and pull it up onto the desktop here. And what I've actually done is I have included this in your working files folder that comes with this course. And so what I've done is I've put it out here on the desktop, and this is an executable file. I found this out on the internet, and if you'll notice the company there, this is a German company. I didn't see anything about violating any kind of licensing. You may want to go check that, but this is a really, really cool tool. What I want to do is if I just double click this, this is the way to clone these things. Notice the source image file. I can grab my XP ISO VDI right here, and then I can choose the target name, and I can put underscore, and I'll just put clone on it right here. And notice this will even allow me to change the image format to the VHD if I want to use it in a Microsoft system out of the standard VHD file. But anyway, we'll leave that alone for now. And then I just simply click Clone VDI, and this thing will begin to clone it. And that's pretty much all that has to be done. Now, it doesn't report back to you how much has been done, but there's a relatively easy way to do that. And if I just go out into folders where these are actually located, then let me come down here, scroll down to it, and notice that it's going to make a copy right out here. Let's see, where was this particular thing? Oh, it's just out on the root of the iDrive. Let me go actually find that particular file. Notice here is my clone file, and Vista won't do this, but if I keep hitting refresh on other operating systems, example, in Windows 7, I can actually see the update on this, and on some of the server products I can see it. But it's going to take it probably, I would say, 10 minutes or so to clone this, but eventually this will continue to run, and it will pop up, and it will create a copy of that. Then you can just move that copy to another machine, and somebody can use it. And so that is how to actually do disk cloning here. And while that's running, let me hop out here and show you that if you go into Help and go into Contents and do a search on clone, you will see cloning disk images, and it shows you that you need to use the VBox Manage Clone HD command. And their documentation here is a little bit weak, and so you'll have to go out there and search on Google to see how to do some of this stuff. But what I want to point out here is, again, whether you're using Virtual PC or whether you're using VMware Player or any of the other virtual computing products that are out there, when you get ready to make a copy of a hard disk, don't just go into Windows Explorer and make a copy, because you're probably going to get into trouble. So go out there and check the help files, but this will create a clone for you. And again, I've included this Clone VDI graphical user interface tool out there in your working files folder, just as a freebie thrown in there for you. But those are some of the command prompt tools and a neat little tool that I found here that you can use to create your own cloned disk files.